Have you ever wondered what people did several hundred years ago when cars hadn't been invented yet? How did they get around? What were the motorways used for? How did a young Bernie Ecclestone make any money? I've been doing some research and apparently lots of people had horses. Horses have been around for donkey's years, and while generally limited to just 1 horsepower, these machines are extremely rapid, have decent handling, and are cheap to run. Saying that, I've been filming these ones for quite some time now, and they've barely moved. They just stood there stuffing their faces. And these ones look really peculiar. Maybe they're broken. Even if some of them were a bit unreliable, it wasn't long before someone came up with the idea of pitting them against each other to see which was the quickest. And so, probably with livelier examples than these, horse racing was born. Now, horse racing is still popular today, even though cars now exist. And what's more, it made its way onto the PlayStation back in the 90s with what we're going to be looking at today, Gallop Racer for the PS1. Before we go any further, I need to level with you. Despite the expert knowledge I've imparted so far in this video, I don't really know anything about horse racing, even though, and this is 100% true, I used to write the race reports for the Newbury and Fatcham Observer back in the day. Here's a few examples of what I wrote. It's probably total gibberish. I genuinely used to make up the race report just from the results card. I never actually watched what I was writing about. But while I might be a bit rusty, I feel I am perfectly equipped to become the world's most successful horsist. So let's jump into the game and find out just how dominant I am. First things first, we need to pick a horse. It's important to take all of this data into account, whatever it means, and decide what sex you're after. C and F. Chap or floozy? Let's scroll down a bit and see what we can find. We need to make sure we analyse each one down to the minutest detail until we're completely sure we've picked the perfect beast for our debut race. That's a lot of horses. All that scrolling took forever. Anyway, based on that extensive research, I've crunched the numbers and decided that, well, Zoomy will do. So let's mount up and see how we get on. We're doing the prestigious Sunset S, an 8 furlong flat run in San Francisco. It's an oval race, so a bit like NASCAR I guess. No chicanes or hairpins to worry about. Off we go then. It's a slow start from Zoomy as he brings up the rear, chasing down the other horses whose names I haven't been bothered to look up, so I won't be referring to them. This commentary is all about Zoomy as he's the only horse here that matters today. He's catching back up to the pack, beginning to fight his way through now. That horse is getting a few smacks on its arse and it looks like he's going for the lead. Zoomy's out in front and it should be an easy victory from here out now. There's just 5 furlongs to go now and Zoomy looks to be completely comfortable. In fact, he's extending his lead. If he gets more than a second in front, he'll break the DRS. That's the donkey racing slipstream, a crucial device in horse racing as I'm sure you punters know all too well. We're past the checkpoint and it's a fast pace. Zoomy really is Zoomy today, and I can't see that anything will go disastrously wrong whatsoever from here on out. Listen to the crowd, they're going absolutely wild as we come onto the home straight, but Zoomy's got a problem. He's slowing right down with 2 furlongs still to go. It's all gone Pete Tong for Zoomy as every single horse streams past. It's an utter disaster. The energy consumption was all wrong and he's dropped all the way down to last place. Heartbreak for this inexperienced jockey. I've been saying all along that he doesn't know what he's doing. He's out of his depth. The other horses crossed the line. I don't care who's won, and it's an absolute age before Zoomy will complete the distance. What an embarrassing result. This jockey is a total disgrace. He'll never get to ride again. Shambolic. Right, I think I'm ready for the career mode now. To start things off, we have to create our jockey. Based on our first performance, I've chosen the name Sless. The U stands for useless, so it's Useless Sless. Her parents clearly didn't have a great deal of confidence in her when she was born, so this is going to be a heroic tale of defying the odds in the face of enormous adversity. If any Hollywood directors are watching and are interested in the film rights, let me know in the comments. I've noticed you're subscribed to this channel, Mr. Tarantino. There's lots of funky patterns and colour combinations you can pick for your jockey's outfit, and here's what I've chosen. She's looking resplendent in turd brown. Next, we have to buy a horse. Happily, this list of nenays for sale is a bit more selective than the Encyclopedia Britannica we had to scroll through earlier. So, well, I don't know. This one's cheap, I'm sure it will do fine. Round Onyx is the name of our trusty steed. No time for messing about, let's get it entered into a race and start earning some serious money. Oh my god, why is it not moving? Okay, there we go. I'm starting to think there's a reason why I got such a good deal on him. In actual fact, that woeful start was because I wasn't pressing the right buttons. Who'd have guessed it was my fault all along? But it does mean that I've got some catching up to do. That could be tricky, considering I need to make sure my horsey still has some gas in the tank when we get to the checkered flag. Okay, I've caught up. I'm going to be careful not to blast past everyone like before. It's not really working though, that purple bar is our energy meter and it's already depleted, so I think it's going to be another last place finish. It's not as distant as last time though, so definitely a bit of improvement. I did a couple more races with Round Onyx where I still hadn't quite worked out how to do the starts and as such kept finishing at the back, so I won't bother showing them. I know what to do now though, so that shouldn't be an issue anymore. Because I spent so little on Round Onyx, I have plenty of spare change in my back pocket to buy a new horse. So let me introduce you to Forever Beat, a lady horse which we had to pony up 3,100 money for. This one's a winner, I can feel it. Okay, maybe not. For goodness sake, surely I can manage one race where I don't finish last. I mean, even second last will do at this point. I'm not miles behind at the end of these races, so that has to be achievable, right? I've got one last trick up my sleeve. Because Forever Beat is a woman horse, and Round Onyx is a dude, we can set them up on a date in the hope of getting a baby horse. It seems we can't breed horses that are still actively racing, so they will have to be retired first. They've both had a mighty fine career, 5 races between them and results of last, last, and last. What a waste of money they've been so far. If they don't give me the Lewis Hamilton of horses in their offspring, then it's off to the glue stick factory for both of them. Right, they've been out for dinner, had a few drinks, now let's get down to business. I bet you didn't know that's how horses reproduced, by merging into each other inside the matrix. And this fully grown adult horse is the result of that unique mating ritual. And look at those stats, 3 stars for GTS, 5 for TMP, but just 2 for BRK. What does any of this mean? My parents were right, I am a useless Sless jockey. I couldn't even think of a proper horse racing name for it, so I just called it Derek. A bit awkward because looking back I think it's a girl. The mask I've given her also makes her look a bit like a Mexican wrestler. Come on, let's stay positive. She's looking magnificent in the paddock. If I can't win with this horse, or at least not finish last, then I don't know what more we can do. It's raining, so I've gone with the intermediate hooves. That's as good a start as I can make, and at least we're right with the others. It's only a 6 furlong race, so hopefully Derek won't be completely knackered in the closing stages. To quickly review Gallop Racer, I'm sure it's more fun if you're interested in horse racing, or actually know what you're doing. It seems like it got respectable reviews back in the day, but for me, I found it a bit too repetitive. There's only so many times you can race a horse in a straight line before you get a tad bored. This race isn't boring though, as I begin my charge to catch up. Hopefully I finally got the timing right. Come on Derek, we're gaining. Come on you stupid horse, run. Nearly there, we're gonna do it!